Hi Chadron High School, my name is Lonnie Watson and I'm thrilled to be able to be applying for the high school guidance counselor position and to interview on Friday and meet my interview team and meet some of the teachers at Chadron High School. I thought maybe I would take an opportunity to show you a little bit of my technology skills by sending this podcast to you ahead of time to check out, so when we talk about a few of these items in the interview, that you really have an understanding for what I think I can do and what I think would be a really neat idea to add to the guidance counselor position. First and foremost, I have my calendar here on this podcast, and as you can see, Friday is highlighted because it's a very important day for me. And what I could do with these kind of podcasts is make a Counselor's Corner weekly, bi-weekly, monthly podcast, and I could go over very important dates with students. Now, naturally, I'm going to do this a lot one-on-one, as big groups, face-to-face with students, but this podcast would allow me to make a little bit more of a transparent feel so my parents understand exactly what it is that I am going over with their students while they're at school. Some different ideas for this is obviously the calendar function is huge. I could go over important dates, scholarships. I could go over web pages with parents. This is an example of a web page on how to fill out the FAFSA. I could go over anything like this with some of my parents who maybe couldn't make some of our meetings after school or in the evenings to go over some of these really important stuff or really important things. While preparing for college. I could also have some just normal run-of-the-mill tips for how to help your student be successful in high school. Studying, taking challenging classes, going over the registration process, which I will sit down with every kid and go over, just to make the community members, the kids, and the parents all connected to see what we're doing and how hard we're working in the guidance office, because I know Mrs. Henricks and Mrs. Larson are doing a fantastic job and they're working so hard, and along with their newsletters I think this could be a really important feature, a really neat feature, maybe not necessarily absolutely needed, but something to add with the one-to-one initiative. Other things I obviously could go over would just be lists. What scholarships are available at one time. Here at Seward High School we have a Rotary Scholarship April 17th, Kiwanis April 21st, and Band Boosters April 21 as well. So we could go over and keep those dates fresh in students' mind with the Counselor's Corner podcast. Naturally, all of this stuff is secondary to how I would work with kids. Face-to-face, one-on-one, meeting with every kid as many times as possible and really being a positive role model in their life is number one most important to me. But I did want you to see this podcast so when I talk a little bit about technology, you know the new things that I maybe could bring to the department. I look forward to meeting everybody on Friday, and I sincerely thank you for taking time to watch the video. See you then.